I don't know, maybe some of the listeners are familiar with Bridgeport, maybe they're not. But can you talk about how you're making a difference there?
Absolutely. The school, Pure Martial Arts Fitness Academy, um, it really is helping the youth here in Bridgeport, because in martial arts is just like the military. Martial meaning military. The characteristics of the military is brought into the martial arts, especially at my school. The structure of discipline, respect, integrity, confidence, and leadership. So those things, come first, so to speak, instead of the kicking and the punching. Many people think that martial arts is just about kicking and punching, and it's not. It's about the introduction of characteristics that help a person become better, the best version of themselves.
And
So,
can I ask a question? When they
sure.
start with you, and maybe they've never experienced, I don't know, maybe they have, but maybe they haven't had any discipline, respect, any of that stuff that they haven't been taught. Are they resistant or are they happy to learn it? I'm assuming they start with you young.
Yes, they start with me young. No, they're very happy. They're very happy to learn. Martial arts is kind of a fun thing to do. They see it on TV, so they come in excited, and we kind of play into that. But the work begins a little later. So they could be happy in the beginning, but then as we start to work harder, they start to understand that it's not all fun. There's work involved, and they become more attached to it.
So what would be an example of teaching them, discipline or leadership? Can you think of one? Here they are,
Uh,
just happy kids, all excited. Wee, 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 wee. And what
well,
would be an example of teaching them that?
well, when a student starts in our program, they start as a white belt. Okay, as they develop and move up the ranks from white belt to yellow belt to orange belt, green belt, red, and then black. As they move up that rank, just like in the military, a person may come in as a private or a second lieutenant. They will move up the ranks, and through that process of moving up, they're learning discipline, they're learning structure, they're learning leadership, because as they move up, they actually become seniors, senior ranking students, and they have lower ranking students that are following them. So we always say you have to lead by example, and I believe that is the essential part of the martial arts, not the kicking and punching. Is what they're learning as they start to develop and move up the ranks and have to take on lower belts and show them techniques and lead by example with their respect and even further, I've gone into the public school systems and I've done bully prevention, anti-abduction at many of the schools here in Bridgeport. So I get to see a lot of kids and see the difference that martial arts makes, um, versus not.
Hmm.
I don't know if that answered your question, but
Yeah, no, I'm just thinking like what if we talk to a lot of teachers and it seems like they're having, I don't know if it's more behavioral problems than they used to, but I'm just thinking, if this just wasn't in your studio, but in the schools with everybody, think about what a difference the next generation would be.
I say that all the time because in Korea and a lot of the schools in Asia, martial arts is like physical ed. It's
Wow.
part of the curriculum. So that actually, you've got all the students participating in a physical ed that capitalizes on discipline, that capitalizes on respect, that capitalizes on integrity. So yeah, imagine what that would look like here.
Mm. Yeah, I had some guest on and they were talking about it used to just be in the schools, like citizenship. Like, what does that mean? Being an American, freedom, respecting all that. It just used to be part of our curriculum. And
Right.
like, where did it go? Like what happened? You know, when did things change?
I think
So,
social media changed that.
yeah. Well, I wonder if we can bring it back, right? I mean,
That would be great.
think about it. Think about it. You're already
Absolutely.
doing it on a small scale. How do we get this on a bigger scale, right?
Absolutely.